Hey, what is up? Mic check. Check, check, check. All good? What is happening? It is now, what's the time here? 6:43 in the morning in Osaka, Japan. What is up, everybody? My name is Kevin. I live in Japan. I am a Filipino. And I do have a home gym, which I call the bedroom gym because it is a small 8 square meter gym on the second floor of my house. So what is up? Later on, I will say hello to the chat. If you can stay for about 10 minutes, you get to see the gym in the full body session as the title suggests. We don't have much questions to cover and it depends on the chat. If I do have more questions in the chat, I would answer those, as well as the questions from last week, some comments in the channel. That's how it usually goes, the gains and talk. But anyway, the questions could be anything, training related, nutrition, diet, nutrition, home gym, equipment related, space constraints, questions, anything. Dad related, it could be anything, Japan as well, culture, lifestyle here. Hit me up with anything, and then please don't be shy and say hello to the chat. I will of course answer the questions as soon as I can, basically maybe every rest period, because I don't want it to be just a whole talking session without me working out. The whole purpose of this is to get my workout done, be productive, connect with the subscribers that I have, and not lose time, because I do have a full-time work still. So this is before I head on to work. That's it. So the agenda for today: full body. Again, my workout right now is full body every other day. I came off of a upper lower push-pull legs maybe 2 years ago. Then the past year, I've been running upper lower, rest, upper lower. I later on moved that to upper lower, rest, repeat. And now we're on full body every other day, which has the highest frequency workout split that you can have. It is for advanced lifters. It's not ideal for beginners. I'm gonna talk about the best split for naturals, in my opinion, or maybe the worst split for naturals. Maybe that's easier, right? But yeah, feel free to say hello. That's the agenda. The workouts should be 1 set, 2 sets if we're trying to save time. If it feels good, we're gonna do 2 sets instead, but maximum 2 sets for everything. Reps in reserve. I hate putting reps in reserve for every workout. I usually train at 0, but we're gonna make an exception today and be smart. The smart thing to do is leave like 1 rep. 1 RAR will literally get you to progress every single week. Got the coffee mix, the legendary Japan coffee hack, Georgia coffee. Don't sponsor me. I don't care. If you want to sponsor me, sure, why not? Put the Coolish ice cream and the Georgia coffee together. Right. So, I wish I had the live stream up in here, right? I wish we had that connector or a stand, laptop stand, so then I could answer the questions easily. Oh, are you okay? Mike? Oh. What happened, Kaden? Come here, Kaden, come here. Don't cry. Put it down. Put it down. Come here. Why are you gonna cry? What's wrong? What happened to you? Huh? What happened? Answer.
I don't discover crying.
Because?
Because I thought that it's gonna be angry.
Why? Why are you crying? Why are you crying?
Because Because I pamahal sa
With what?
with truck.
With truck? Did you mean to? Hmm? Did you mean to, or is it an accident? Which one?
I mean to.
You mean to? It's not an accident. Why? You angry at him? So why? You said you mean to. Go there and say sorry to him if you mean to. Don't be mean to your brother, okay? Go there and say sorry. Yeah, that's all part of the day. That's all part of the day. That's not in the agenda, but here we are. Man, oh man. Okay, let's say hello to the chat. Home Gym Physique first. Smoke you. Smoked you, no fate 247. What up? Jonathan, you're late. And because you're late, that is the reason why your arms are not growing. Alright? And this shirt, I especially wear this for this occasion in honor of No Fate 247. This is the best apparel in the market. Code, I'm just kidding. This is just Uniqlo. Alright. So Martha Scott said, hi. Hello. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for saying hello. Blinka12 says hi. Sonica MM 2020 says hi. Adeline. Okay, then can you do one? Share first. Later you can switch. Adeline Kotoj, ma'am. M8M. I'm butchering the name. Hello, sir. Don't read hate. Some people are mean. Jesus loves us all. All right. Preaching. Sonica MM 2020 says, I love your content. Thank you so much. And Monkey Boss said, hi. Priyak Andel -10. My name is Priya. Can I get a shout out? What up, Priya? How you doing today? Let me know where you're from. Guys, let me know where you're from as well. If you're saying hello. Right now, it is 6:51 a.m. in Osaka, Japan. Anita Peko, K8D, said hi. Gavin Kelander said hi. So many. We're on a roll here. And Eva-13-S, I'm your biggest fan. Oh, look at that. Let's go. And Gavin says, my name is Gavin. Can I get a shout out? Of course, Gavin. What's up? Hello from Osaka. Patrick, stop mo testing the What? Gavin says hi. Lucy Meme said hi. Patrick Antonius, he's definitely a mole. Nah. That's my son. Dude, relax, that's my son. Martha Scott, what's your favorite workouts? And Mesa Hem, hello, my name is Mesa. I'm from Kurdistan, but I have one word I know a little bit of. No English, yes. That's all good. That's all good. We're here to just communicate the best way we can. All right. And to answer Martha's Scott, what's your favorite workouts? I guess, is that a workout split? Is that a muscle part, a muscle group, or a specific exercise? Because if it's a session, let's say it's a session, I'm assuming anything goes. I would say the best ones are the one that I feel really good. The pump is good. There is no pain in the joints. Feel really, really challenging after it's finished, and the time didn't consume all of my morning. You know what I mean? Sometimes the whole session just takes out everything, especially if it's like a hinge or a squat, heavy squat workout. You're just done after. But it's good if it feels really nice, and it also ended quickly, because I am a busy father of 2, I still work full time. All right, so let's answer some questions here, and then we're gonna go work out because it's been 10 minutes. That's good enough for the warm-up. Actually, maybe later if Tyler, my good friend Tyler from Sweatshop Dad, is on the chat, maybe I'll answer his question, but he had a good one. All right, let's start off with the supplements worth buying. Okay, what are the supplements worth buying? Disclosures for supplements. I know we always see people say that we don't need supplements. Supplements are there to supplement and complement your training and your diet, and you should not rely on supplements at all. So that is true, and that's what we hate to hear the most, because we want to buy that. You know, it looks nice. The marketing label is nice. The packaging is nice, and it has a promise, and that's the whole scam of the supplement industry. Sometimes not, but in the general sense of things, we want the easy way out. Most people want it, like want something right away, and I think that is the opposite of what lifting is anyway, because lifting is a journey. It's a long game. It's a delayed gratification. But supplements give you that sense of promise. Okay, focused, more focus, better sleep, better recovery, performance, high performance, muscle, fat loss, and something like that. So it's all like the buzzwords that you see on the label. That's why supplements will never die. I remember the labels really clearly. I remember being a nerd and getting addicted to buying supplements when I was just 16, 17 years old, barely have enough money to buy one supplement, but I saved up for it. But you know what, full circle, now that I know what I know, fast forward 10 years after, 10 to 15 years after, I could really say that yes, you don't need it. You don't need supplements, because I was performing just the same. I tried a few months without anything. It's something that I learned from GVS, Jeffrey Variety Schofield. I haven't watched his content. You should. It's really good, really informative, and the dude is jacked. He's buff. And you know, I think he said something like, don't quote me, but he said something like, the more maintenance, high maintenance you make yourself, then the less productive, and he doesn't want it to be like that. You should be low maintenance when it comes to spending money for something as small as supplements. But that being said, that's a long disclosure. If you're still interested in getting my top, let's say top 5. I don't have time to discuss all of it. Let's do top 5 for performance, for health, for that translates to building muscle. I guess that's the one that I could talk the most to narrow it down. And somehow it will relate to it. It won't directly grow you muscle, but it will relate to it. Starting with number 1, creatine. Creatine, or how do you pronounce that one? There's a right way to pronounce creatine, but I just say creatine. So creatine, the right form of creatine is just monohydrate. If you see Creapure, creatine HCl, any other forms of creatine, that's a scam. I don't care if it says it's good for the gut. I don't care if it says it's better absorbed. There is nothing better than creatine monohydrate out there. It saturates your muscles, your ATP stores, 100%. There is no greater than 100%. Okay? So after that, it's just a bunch of money scam. Just hiking up the prices. I'm gonna go out of my range here. I'm gonna go out of the normal by saying no, it's not 3 grams to 5 grams daily. That is what I used to take, but now I take about 10.10 gram per kilogram of body weight. Let's just give an example. I don't know if the math is correct, but 7 grams for me. I weigh 70 kilograms. So 7 grams of creatine daily. You're good. So the muscles, the ATP, which is your energy currency, It fully replenishes everything, and it helps you get to that, push you further, get more reps. If you get more reps, you get more sets, you get more volume. Ideally, volume goes up, muscle building goes up. So it's correlated in some sort of way. Okay, number 2, we have, in no particular order too, or maybe it is, protein powder, whey protein isolate. It is not a supplement, it's kind of like a food. Just, if you have to think of something that, some food that you only want protein, it's hard to find that. So whey protein is just there for convenience because it contains just protein. If you don't want the extra carbs, extra fat, sugar, whatever comes with food normally, then whey protein is just the purest form, and it's good, packed with amino acids that you need, essential amino acids. You don't need BCAAs to supplement with whey protein. If you get a good, nice animal sourced whey protein, you'll be good to go. Okay, so that's number 2. Also because you need to hit your protein goals every day, and I think 90% of people in the world don't hit their protein goals, which is minimum 1.6 per kilogram of body weight, minimum. Number 3, and we're gonna continue this conversation maybe upstairs. I didn't think this will take long. Let's end with number 3 and then get to work. Number 3 would be omega-3. Omega-3 is good for inflammation. Inflammation is just a buzzword that you don't know probably what's happening. Just know that you have a better recovery of your joints, better recovery of your sleep, and cognitive function. You need that memory, you need that boost of focus. Muscle building benefits, I doubt. Not many research to back it up. So omega-3, you want a good balance of EPA and DHA. Be careful when buying stuff that says 2 grams of fish oil total. That is not the ideal range. You want 1 to 2 grams of combined EPA and DHA. Most of the time they just bump up the oils using other oils like ALA. You just want to check the label. So make sure that 1 serving gets you to that range, or 2 servings get you to that range. So my example, now I'm using, I think Now Foods. Now Foods have 750 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA per capsule, per soft gel. So I take 2 soft gels, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. Timing really doesn't matter, but maybe with food, ideally. So yeah, that's it. I can feel the caffeine working. We could probably get to work out. Let's rock and roll. That became a full 20 minutes. All right. You guys can play. All right. Welcome to the home gym. This is my home gym in Osaka, Japan. Bedroom gym. Excuse the mess. A bit messy, huh? Got the lifting straps. I don't know if you guys can see the whole setup in there. One final shout out before we start working out. Where did we live? Hello, what's up? I can't understand this language. My bad. Veronica Eremia Soba said, "Hi, you famous?" No, I'm not. Supinate, my guy. My guy, Supinate. I agree about supplements. Invest in education and effort before throwing money at supplements. Damn. Mic drop. That's a bar right there. My guy, Supinate with the fax. Fax machine. Emoji icon. Boom, boom, boom. Insert. Okay? And also, invest and learn how to train hard. If I have to add more to that, learn how to train hard before you even buy supplements. Why do we always start with a chest move? We could start either way, with a chest move or a back move, because my weakest body parts are chest and lats. So ideally, you want to hit that first. We are using the GFC adjustable bench. It is available in Home Gym Con. I don't know if it's a prototype or the final version, but finally my friends from the US gets to test and see what it's capable of. I might do a superset of Voltra, Beyond Power Voltra here, just to save time. But what can we superset? How about a bicep? How about a bicep? Yeah. Bicep move. And also, I'm gonna play some music here, because it's quite boring without it.
Battery 80%. Connected to Kevin's iPhone 17.
If you don't know how to set up your Smith machine and line it up correctly, I'll show you a trick. You go, put it all the way down, and that should line up your bar and your bench like that. Okay, step number 1, put the bar down, line it up here, then put it up again. You're good to go. If you're curious, this Smith machine is not light. Rep Fitness made this Smith machine compact and sacrificed the weight, because now it doesn't have a counterweight. Because it doesn't have a counterweight, it is quite heavy for beginners like my wife and my mother-in-law. So good thing there's a Voltra now that I can use for counterweights. I realized I just put the elbow sleeve on one arm. What's happening? Guys, I don't know if the mic is still connected. I don't know if it is. Can you let me know? Let me know if the mic is still connected. Alright, we're not looking to warm up too many times here. Let's add 10. Oh, I forgot my EAAs. Speaking of EAAs, I should probably include that, but it's not in the top 5. I'm telling you now. Do I think you need to use elbow sleeves? No. But I do feel my elbows better with it. And it just helps me keep going every other day. Helps the frequency because I am doing a super high frequency. Alright, we're getting close. One more rep. Yes, I do just one rep. Do I want to add just small? Keep adding tens here? Maybe. Okay, final warm up. In the next set, we're gonna use, or maybe we're gonna use here. Let's use the wraps anyway. There's the other one. Oh shoot. Can't find the other wrist wraps. Come on. Never mind. Not bad. Not bad at all. So full body doesn't have to be really time consuming if you know what you're doing. In this case, we're setting up the Voltra as well. So you see me superset this in a bit. There. So there's the Voltra. I'm gonna do the bench press, and after I'll proceed with some supinated cable preacher curl. That is best done with a Voltra. This is the setup. Fusion core bar. Preacher pad. RIT Fit or whatever is available. for you. And then curl. I'll probably put inverse chains there or mountain mode. And because I know my working weight for the preacher curl, I don't have to hop on a bunch of warm-ups for that. It's also a small muscle. It's not like the squats that you have to do a proper warm-up. Oh, found the wrist straps. It's right here. Alright, so you go with me here. Let's lock in. Okay. Let's go. Alright, let me set this up. Oh, we're stopping there. It felt too light for a work set, so we're upping up from 20 kilograms to, I guess, 30. kilograms with inverse chains. I mean, inverse chains in the Voltra basically just means it's harder in the bottom or at the beginning. It'll be easier at the top, which is what you want for muscle building. I'll give you my supplements and say hello to the chat after this set. We were at number 3, right? Oh, it was so noisy. My window has a cicada or semi in Japanese. Summer is their time to shine. They're so noisy. He's just stuck in there in the window. Alright, let's go. So, let me show you how it works. This is how inverse chain works on the Beyond Power Voltra and the auto load feature. So you press, wait for it to be grayed out, the number, tap to load. Now you can pull the bar without tension yet, and you can set up whatever position you want to. It doesn't have the load yet. For me, that's just about shoulder width grip. Pause for 3 seconds and it'll load. That initial weight will test your range of motion, and now it's fully loaded. Yes, that was 5 reps. Did that build muscle? Yes. Did I hit the stimulating reps that I want to? Yes. Man, it's just so noisy. What is happening? This cicada, man. I can't believe. Jesus. Alright, let's go say hello to the chat again. Switch up, Dad. Alright, my guy Tyler is up in here. Let's go, what up? I've seen people overload the eccentric settings, it up like a counterweight from the pull-up bar. Yes, that'll work, exactly. So, the adaptive bar mount right there on top. Man, this is too slow. The one there. That is like a permanent spot for me already with the compact gym that I have here. The adaptive bar mount really just sets it up for so many versatile movements, especially if you have a Smith machine. I think this is the best combo. That and the Smith machine just next to it or in front of it. You can use it as a counterweight to pull up that Smith machine heavy load. You can also use it for your weighted pull-ups. You can use it for assisted pull-ups. Yeah, it's just so many things. And also, while it's there, after a set of chest press, you can just go down on the floor and then do the lat pull down. So it's a good combo. I agree. And basketball edits. Can you say Ant-Man for an edit? Ant-Man. Is that it? Switch up, Dad. Love that bar. I think he's talking about the Fusion Core bar. Tyler. He said he was a little bit upset because he just got maybe the older version of this bar. They Beyond Power did send this to me for free, so I'm very thankful for them. Look at this. Oh, all right, we're doing. It's so light that I can do that. Bro Range is the color that they went with. That's the name. It's so light that my kids can hold this. Carbon and aluminum mix. The knurling is really nice. It's not aggressive, but I would say more than medium. For me, that's perfect. Branding on the side, engraved, Beyond Power, really nice. The best part, the bearings. There is no noise. There is no wiggle. That's why I choose this one for the feature curl. It's reliable. Despacito dash LT. Hello, Jay Cutler. No, I'm not. I wish I am. That's one of my idols, the greats, Jay Cutler, man. Web1647. Are you Japanese? No, I'm not. I am a Filipino. My wife is Japanese though, so my kids are half Japanese and half Filipino, and we live in Osaka. Dr. Smigma Jones. Dr. SME. No, bro, he sounds Filipino. Yes, I am. You got a good ear. And Web1647 says, oh, I love me Manny Pac, the GOAT. Hey, yes, sir. Dude, I found a friend. I got a friend here. Manny Pacquiao, man. Stretch up, Dad. Tyler says, great set. Thanks, dude. Why so many tattoos? Despacito said, I don't know how to answer that, but I guess, long story short, this whole sleeve is a journey. Every single piece was added. This is not like, oh, this is cool, let's add all of that in my arm. No, this is slowly turned into a full sleeve that started with just one when I was still in the university. It's more like a rebel. If you are a 90s kid, shout out to the 90s kids out there. Shout out to the millennials. We live in a really snowflake era right now. I think personally we endured so much. No disrespect to the boomers, no disrespect to Gen Zs out there. Generation X, I don't know the generations, but millennials, man, we literally witnessed everything. The era of no internet, and now it's AI, and we're still adapting. So with my upbringing in my home, it's quite, strict, and being Asian with Asian parents, yeah, it's like a form of rebellion, especially like the earrings at school. This is an inside story for you guys, so that's one more reason why I do have ear pierced. I'm kind of like a rebel in my early days, which now I fully agree on with my parents. Now that I'm a parent myself, I do often find myself realizing that they are just setting me on the right path. Then again, still got the tattoos anyway, and then added more pieces. Like this one right here is the name of my son. You guys can see that. I don't think so. That's Haku in kanji, Japanese. And so before he was born, that my eldest, Kaden, right there. Everything is connected to my life, so the answer is it's a story of my life. That's why I have a lot of tattoos. Umberto. Did I say it correctly? Umberto. Ciao, amores, stai allenando. I have no idea what that means. I'm sorry. My brother, I'm sorry. Veer Parta Singh. Bro, you in USA? No, I'm not. My demographic is 46% US based and Japan based, and then the rest of it is spread across the world. Josh J5Q8Z says, Jay Cutler is the GOAT. He really is, man. That era, unbelievable. Alright, so we got that set in. I'm gonna say hello and answer the questions again. Please, if you have any questions about Japan, any training related, nutrition related, hit me up in the chat. Also, please like the stream, subscribe to the channel. I have a gym tour if you want to see the entire setup here that I have. Feel free to do that after this stream finish. Me and my wife were hosting that video. And yeah, back to the workout. We still have a full workout to cover. I don't think I can cover everything, so every time I do a live stream, that's physically impossible for me, and kind of mentally impossible, because it's a lot to manage a stream and work out and be focused. And right now, to be completely transparent, my kids are awake outside of their usual schedule, so I might have to end the stream quite early because I have to take care of them and send them to school. Yes, they do go to kindergarten, Hoikoen, Japan kindergarten. Man, why are you so noisy? Freaking Jesus, go away. I'm on a constant battle with that cicada. Now, why did I clean up the preacher curl? Because I'm only doing one set of that. Like I said in the beginning of the video or the stream, I'm doing one set mostly so we can cover a lot of workout, a lot of exercises. 2 sets if I feel good. But yeah, we're moving on. Chat, we're moving on. What's the next superset? Today, we're gonna do a bunch of superset. If you have a superset that you like, let me know in the chat and why. So far, some reliables are always chest and back, right? Some sort of horizontal push, horizontal pull, or vertical push, like a shoulder press and a vertical pull, which I think I'm probably gonna do right now because we're in a perfect setup to do shoulder Smith presses and some lat pull downs. So let me show you how I do that. We got the GFC adjustable bench. This is a dual adjustable bench that doubles as a utility seat. The seat pad goes all the way like that. We don't want it to be super vertical like this though. About 75 is okay. Then we push this out all the way back. Yep, sounds good. Okay. We already got that weight here, right? So we don't have to worry about that. And then we're gonna set up the Voltra. The problem is if I do lat pull downs here, it's not gonna have the best range of motion, I think. Yeah, because we have to be on the floor. So we have to think of a way here. We have to think of a way. I don't know if I can superset that. What I can do is superset this with maybe like a tricep push down. Yeah, that sounds good. Tricep push down. Okay. What do you guys think? Anyway, no time to waste. Oh, that felt good. That felt really good. 80 pounds felt great. Let's go. We're gonna add more today. Probably gonna hit a PR. Let's add the cute, sexy pink weights by RedFit. Shout out Auraspin weight plates by RedFit. Cool, sexy plate. 3 holes shaped ergonomically for grip and different ways to hold it. The edges have a groove, a shape that is easy to grab when it's all the way down fully flat on the floor. You can squeeze your fingertips. The fingernails won't get broken. Grab it. That's why it's marketed towards women as well, and just because of the color. They should be able to release more colorways here. Maybe you'll see it in Home Gym Con. I think chrome will be the first one, and some tiger or leopard print. They like to do leopard print, huh? Shout out to RedFit. Great company. Alright, final warm up for the presses. We're not gonna warm up a lot because during the chest press, the front delts get smoked too. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I think we're gonna go for a PR today. And we'll see. We're trying about 100 pounds-ish, 120 pounds on the shoulder press. And see how many we can do. 6 would be good. By the way, most of my presses will be done, if not all, presses will be done on the Smith machine. As you can see, I replaced the front of the half rack with the Smith machine. It became a standalone version. I don't have the J cups, the spotter arms to do free weight barbell bench press anymore, which I'm okay with. I don't mind sacrificing that for the Smith machine presses. Okay, let's go. Lock in. Woo! That's a PR. Let's go. While we're resting, we're setting up the cuffed strap with D-ring. It's a hybrid, and this is so cheap in Amazon. I'm glad I went with just a generic Amazon brand because it feels great, soft, and I'm not drinking any performance drink. Probably have to go back or ask my son perks of having a kid. I'm just kidding. Keikon, do you see my shaker there? My juice? The green one or yellow one? Yeah, that protein shaker bottle. Yes? Can you bring it up? Gigi do, because it's heavy. Thank you.
Here.
Oh, thank you. Love you.
Love you.
Okay. Careful.
Bye-bye.
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 I don't know where I put the clip. Where did I put the clip? I lost it. Lost the carabiner. I just use a different carabiner. And let's warm up. Show you the setup. Why is it opposite? The orientation is opposite. Yeah, flip that. There you go. Like about the Voltra, you can keep the count for me. Just a couple of seconds to a minute. We're resting the brain, guys, so it doesn't mean that you're switching from the other arm that you can do a work set already. Remember, lifting is also a game of here, so you're resting that. That is literally the definition of a bilateral force deficit. That means if you're using two arms instead of one arm, your brain can't send the signal properly to execute that exercise. That is why sometimes when you switch to one hand, you get to be stronger, but it's the same exercise. Give your brain a break. Alright, so from this position we're gonna do it. No problem. Oh. So I did 9 reps on the right side, and no, I don't match the reps. You heard that correctly. 8 reps on the left, 9 reps on the right. We don't match reps, we match the effort, the intensity. 9 reps on the... Okay. Snakeman UK10 says, or asks, are you Korean? No, I'm Filipino, I live in Japan. This is in Japan though. Say hi in the live chat. Oh yeah, good eye. So before that, Alexandria7214 says hi. Hello back, Alexandria. What's up? Supinate, my guy, says, are you changing your wrist position during the set for single arm tricep push down? That's a good observation right there, because I was trying to adjust midway. This is the first time I am using the new straps from Amazon. This is a generic brand. It is soft, but now that I used it, kind of opens up a little bit during the set. It doesn't really snugly, lock in your wrist. So what I found was when I was doing the supinated push downs, it slides off a little bit towards the side. So then I figured might as well do a more neutral grip. So the wrist position really doesn't matter when it comes to push downs. Also, grip for push downs, you could use cuffs. It doesn't matter. Or you could use D handles. It doesn't matter also. I found that it matters the most more on the side raises or bicep curls, much more than a push down. A push down is more like you're not really using your grip muscles here, especially if you're just pronated like this. All you need to do is keep it stable, find a good place to lock it in, and only your elbows move, right? So for the supinated one, of course, I don't want my wrist flexors to work. That's why I use the cuff. But really, no big deal. I mean, from here to here, I don't think there's any difference. The scientific papers won't tell you any difference. The bros probably will tell you there's a difference, but it's very minimal that you won't even realize it. And I'm not recommending it for beginners or intermediates. It's just something that you could do. Really focus on niche movements like that if you're maybe more than 7 years into lifting, or you know your body well in an advanced territory. Oh yeah, forgot the number four on the supplement top five supplements. So I got creatine, whey protein, or any sort of protein powder. If you're doing vegan sources or vegetarian sources of protein powder, just make sure you cover all the essential amino acids, and maybe you supplement with a multivitamin or something deficient, because a plant protein is not a complete source of protein. The number 3, we have, did I say omega 3? Yeah, omega 3. Number 4, I just ordered a restock, magnesium glycinate. So you can do magnesium bisglycinate or glycinate, practically the same thing. Just don't get the oxide, magnesium oxide one. Be careful with the ones that says it is magnesium glycinate, but then when you look at the label, it says buffered with magnesium oxide. So buffered just means the way they hit that 400 gram of elemental magnesium is to put a blend of magnesium oxide and glycinate. And they don't really break down how much is glycinate and how much is magnesium oxide. The reason why I don't like the oxide version is because it's just gonna give you more stomach issues. Sometimes, in some cases, more like sleep deprivation or insomnia and all of that. And especially in my case, I don't like how it sits on my stomach at the night before I sleep. Yeah, sometimes I get some weird stomach issues with magnesium oxide. So the best ones, the best form, glycinate, 200 to 400 milligrams a day. It depends on if you're eating a well-balanced diet. If you're not into a severe calorie deficit, you don't need to supplement more than that. 400 milligrams is more than enough for you. And number 5, if I had to, it's close. I want to say caffeine, because caffeine will indirectly build you more muscle, and I'll tell you why. But I'll put vitamin D3 and K2. So I think about, what was it? I don't know the stats right now, so don't quote me on the stats, but maybe 90% of people, 90% of the people in the world are deficient, and they have no idea they're deficient with vitamin D3 because they think they're getting sunlight, but that is not enough. We used to have more exposure. The more buildings, the more office jobs there is, the more that now we use Uber instead of walking, we use taxis, we drive. We get less and less exposure from the sun. And no, if you live in Philippines, Mexico, any really harsh tropical country, it's not counted, because the UV rays, the extreme UV rays, do not give you that vitamin D that you need. So you do need the healthy form of that vitamin D that comes from sunlight. Just cover all the bases and just drink vitamin D3. Should it be partnered with K2? Ideally, yes, but it can work without it. The dosage will depend on, again, how much are you deficient. How many milligrams will depend on your blood work. 3,000 to 5,000 IUs, typically what you see in the supplement bottles. But just to be sure, have your blood checked. So those are the 5. And then the caffeine, I wanted to say as a special mention, caffeine increases your rate of perceived exertion. Increases or lowers it, whichever is the right English word for that. But basically, it helps you push yourself more, and it gives you that increase of effort. So you push more sets, you push more intensity on your sets, and you feel less tired, you feel less fatigue. So your pain tolerance can go a little bit high. So it all leads to you working yourself out a lot, working out intensely. This is what I'm trying to say here. So that's why it's indirectly helps with muscle growth, but it doesn't help you build muscle at all. Caffeine is just there to boost your performance. You don't need to drink a pre-workout. You can just take a caffeine pill like I do every single time that I want the caffeine boost, because all of the other ingredients in the pre-workout is just there to increase the price, and it's just there to increase marketing label, whatever fancy word that you don't know. You don't even know it. Be honest with yourself. You don't know half of the label in the supplements, the pre-workouts that you're taking. Maybe L-citrulline is good for the pump, caffeine, and then the rest is just whatever. Hope that helps. And supinate says, if I'm using dumbbells or cables or triceps, I start supinated and transition to neutral. That is a good idea, and that is called a mechanical drop set. Just basically, sometimes if you feel stronger on some positions, you can play around with the position and keep going with the set. I think supinated forces you to keep elbows tucked more. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. That's a good one. All right. Oh, okay. I'm gonna answer the next question, which is the worst split. What is the worst split for a natural individual, especially if you're a dad like me who's over your 30s? Let's go. But before that, let's do a set. I guess one more shoulder press set, because we're feeling good. We're either doing shoulder press and then lateral raise, or sticking with this, and that'll cover the side delts as well if you go full range of motion, if we are saving on time. We did 8 reps, so it's probably gonna lower drastically because that's a hard set. We gotta take this 2.5 off, and that'll keep us going. You got 7. Oh man, this coffee is a godsend. This is S+ tier. Japan coffee hack for the win. Sometimes TikTok is just annoying. In this case, TikTok saved my workouts. So good. Okay, we're done with shoulder presses. Two sets of that. We're good with the side delts. Full body doesn't have to be complicated. We can do one more chest move, and that'll finish it. You can even superset that chest move with a dumbbell move to cover the bases. I haven't hit the lats still, so up next is lats for sure. I don't want to clean up all of this plate because I know that I'm gonna still maybe do something with the Smith machine, as I always do. I wonder, yeah, you could just maybe follow me here. Okay, I think I want to put the mount at the bottom here on the front foot extensions. I have an idea. superset again, or maybe a giant set. Good opportunity to do a giant set. What was our workout? I forgot. Oh, I remember. So lat pull downs using the Voltra again. So one thing you have to remember, if you have a cramped gym like mine, which is just 80 square foot, 8 point something square meters, you literally don't have space, so you have to clean up every single time if you want to do another movement. I don't mind it. I'm used to it by now, and it's a system. Maybe I actually prefer it because it's just so easy to transition from one move to the next, you know. I don't know if I have a lot of space, maybe that'll just make me buy more useless stuff. Sometimes I think I lock in more because I have just a limited space. So I choose my workouts carefully, my exercises carefully. So one convenient thing that I'm thinking of, now that we have this cuff and strap, is some movements I want the cuff, and some movements I want the wrist strap, lifting strap, and we don't have to take off this attachment for that. So let's say for the lat pull downs, I'm going to use this strap. For the bicep pronated curl, that means more of a forearm and brachioradialis, I want the cuff to work. So maybe like that position. Yeah. Oh, you can even do like a fully closed version like this. So you can strap it all the way and it'll hide the D-ring. But then it's just fully a cuffed lifting strap. We're gonna go with this. There you go. Okay. Stop this active track. So the way I set up for the lat pull downs, it's the same thing. I use the auto load feature to position myself. Sometimes I use a leg roller so I don't pull myself up. Let's go ahead and do that. It is a bit of a hassle to do, but I don't mind it overall. There. So for the first few sets, we don't have to do the auto load feature. We just simply go down because it's not heavy enough. When it comes to the lats, you definitely want to turn on inverse chains here because the lats become really weak at the end, the squeeze part, and your lats are quite strong on the lengthened part. So take advantage of that set. Like I said, inverse chains hard on the top where your lats are strong, and then it'll be easy when your lats are weak. The reason why we're using a medium grip, just, you know, a tad bit outside of shoulder width, is because I want to hit the full back with this move already. Alright, so final warm up. We're going with 49 kg. And we're using the straps this time. Alright, get yourself in position. Everything's locked in. We're gonna do maybe two reps here to check. Yep, feels good. Okay. Final weight, 51.5 kilograms, 10% inverse chains. I announced the weight and the reps because I might use and watch the replay for when I log this set or this workout. I want to keep progressing. That is one of the main drivers of your growth. Keep progressing, and it's not just mechanical tension. Okay, we're ready. I'm not used to this loop strap anymore. I got so used to Versa grips, man. This is funny. Whatever. Alright, let's go. With no time to waste, we put that here. We put it on the Voltra, and now we're gonna superset this. I don't know the weight at the top of my head. We're gonna go with 12. This may or may not work. I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, not bad. 9 reps there. I made it into a work set because it's good enough. See, it works. The strap, lifting, straps, cuff, whatever, with the D-ring. It's good. The only problem is at this position, at the fully pronated position, the D-ring is on the side. If I put the D-ring at the bottom, there is no padding almost, because it's where the hole is. I mean, it's where the pad meets each other. So I'm feeling just the Velcro or the hard nylon here, not the padding. Okay. Yeah, that pinches my wrist. It doesn't feel good. Whew. Ouch. Not my best idea. Probably gonna have to do the normal easy curl bar or a D handle for that. Okay. We're almost finished with the upper body. Done with tricep, done with bicep. Let's talk about the worst split. Now that we're finished with the set, what do I think is the worst split for a natural lifter? So in this context, we're looking at how many times you can hit the muscle with adequate enough stimulus to grow. And muscle is binary. That means it's either in a state of muscle growth or it's in a state of muscle loss, which is atrophy. And we know that atrophy occurs within the week. We're not fully sure if it is within 48 hours that it goes back down to baseline, but that's some are saying that's the duration. After 48 hours, you're atrophying already, so you might as well hit that muscle again. And you always want to constantly be in this state of anabolic muscle building growth state. Okay, so if a muscle goes back down to baseline after 36 to 48 hours, doing a bro split or a body part split, meaning chest on Monday, back on Tuesday, shoulders on Wednesday, legs on Thursday, and arms on a Friday because it's a TGIF arm day, you're wasting time and you're wasting gains. You could have done a lot with your time because ultimately everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. If you think about it, you're wasting a year's worth of growth if you're just sticking to once a week frequency. So frequency is another variable itself. I know a lot of times we say mechanical tension is the number one driver for muscle growth. That's true. Mechanical tension is not going to go anywhere. Volume, I'd argue a little bit. I don't want to get into the volume studies, but you have to remember that most people that preaches, especially the big bodybuilders out there, the really famous ones, it's because they're nice, they talk well, they're charismatic, and they happen to be on gear. They happen to be on steroids. And you know what? A lot of them preach the bro split because they can get away with it. You have to remember that for natural lifting, and if you're listening to somebody that you're not sure if they're on gear or not, if they are on gear, remember that bro split training just happened to work for them. It still happens to work not because of that they're growing. It's despite of that they're still growing. So there's a difference. It's because they have that anabolic, they have that hormone safety net that's saving them from doing a bunch of crappy workouts. But for us naturals, we have to be really precise, really intense. I'm sorry to tell you, but there's no way around it. You gotta train at least 1 rep in reserve, 0 RIR or 2 failure if you're natural. And if you're pushing all the way to your 30s, the more you gotta fight your atrophy. Don't lift from chest day Monday and then hit it again the next week. That's not how you go with it. Hit it as frequently as you can. So the ideal split is not the body part split or the bro split. A lot of times those are preached by juiced heads, juiced bodybuilders who's on tons and tons of gear. And I don't know why, but they have lifting amnesia because they've been lifting for so long with gear that they have no idea anymore how to train a natural, which I think is funny because if you're coaching, if you're training clients that's natural and then you're not, and you forgot how you were training before you hopped on gear, that's kind of funny because you're preaching a different kind of advice. Anyway, I'm gonna ramble if I don't stop that. it's just easy for me to say the worst split. It's based on those factors that I tell you. If you have a different opinion and if you want the bro split and it keeps you at the gym, I'm not saying don't do it. It will absolutely build you muscle. I'm not saying it won't build you muscle, it will. And if it keeps you going, it keeps you consistent, and it's enjoyable for you, you can run that for a whole year, I don't care. You're gonna grow. You're gonna grow. Will you grow as much as you could have? No. Will you grow the optimal way? No. The best way? No. But sometimes we just gotta make a compromise. So just remember that. Alright. So we are at 90 minutes. So we're closing in on the stream. We're gonna probably finish after the next superset here. As always, if you know my stream, I call it full body, but I only cover the upper body. So you never know if I really train the lower body. Shout out to my homies in the US who's gonna experience Home Gym Con. If you don't know what Home Gym Con is, it's just a very big convention. It's a gathering of like-minded people at the home gym community. It's where you get to talk to the brand owners. It's where you get to experience the teaser equipments that have not been released yet. So it's a great event that I wish I could go, and I will try to go next time. So guys, enjoy. If you are very busy right now, totally understandable. If you're watching this stream, good luck and enjoy. Let me know the pieces that are interesting for you. Okay? So to end this, we're gonna go with the superset again. We didn't fully hit the chest yet. So I guess we gotta hit the chest with an incline. Some sort of an incline. I guess a low incline is good. The function of the chest is horizontal adduction and shoulder flexion. And when you do presses, flat presses, it absolutely hits all of the heads of the tricep. That's why it's an interesting muscle. It's a very simple muscle. But if you're really trying to dial in and you're trying to be as optimal and optimize your training for the best muscle growth opportunity that you can, you have to hit that 2-joint movement. So horizontal adduction, shoulder flexion, and we're gonna hit that with the incline press, followed by a chest supported dumbbell row. That sounds good to me. That's also the fastest, I believe. Okay? Do we warm up for the chest press? You don't have to, because you already know your weight and you already know how much you lifted for the chest press. You're pretty warm. You're just feeling out. This is like feel reps. We're using 23 kg each hand because it kind of felt light. I'm looking for my liquid chalk. It's getting slippery here. The hands are sweaty. Alright, then we're good to go. We're gonna superset that with chest supported one without moving from this bench. We probably use the same dumbbell weight. that's about 120, 115 pounds for 14 reps. Damn, we're feeling strong. What? I guess because I'm not on the deficit anymore, but man, I remember I was using 21 kgs each arm on my full. Just before I stopped dieting, I was at like 1,800 calories, so super low. Maybe that's why. That felt good, I'm not gonna lie. Let's go. 23, 14 reps. It could have been the full body every other day too. This split, I'm telling you, full body every other day. I'm just progressing from lift to lift every single week. At like 10 years of lifting experience. This is absolutely insane. Man. Oh. Okay. No time to waste. Chest supported. Same bench. You're gonna see me push all the way to failure here, I guess. And then we're gonna finish with some kelso shrugs. The mic is gonna hit the bench here. We're gonna do lifting straps, Versa grips. It's not Versa grips, but it's just a knockoff version of that from Amazon. Alright. So once you can't row anymore, your shoulders can still retract. So you finish with kelso shrugs. Whew, wonderful. Killer superset. Oh. Okay, we might have time for a final question. To finish up this stream, I'm gonna answer my guy Tyler from Sweatshop Dad's question. If you were limited on time in a given week, what would you prioritize? Hit everything but lower the volume, favor the big muscles or compound lifts, prioritize sleep, recovery and mindfulness, and get on a better schedule next week, or no excuses, just make it happen. Life will always get in the way if you let it. I would choose the first one. I wanted to say the second one, no excuses, just make it happen. If I was younger, I'd probably push myself there. But now with the responsibilities and me, funny enough, switching to full body every other day, you think that because it doesn't have a fixed schedule, that it's gonna be harder and it's gonna be more time in the gym. Actually, it's the opposite. Every other day literally means the next day you have a rest day to do your responsibilities. I do my YouTube stuff, I do editing, cooking, cleaning the house, taking care of the things that we need to do for the family. And that is what I think is best right now. That's why I switched to this split. It's gonna help me train clients more, as opposed to me doing upper, lower, and then rest. 4 consecutive days I'm at the gym. I don't have time with my kids if I'm pushing the workout too late. So I would do the first one if I'm really limited in time in a given week, I would hit just the priority muscles. Lower the volume drastically. One set is all you need. Push it to failure, absolutely. Failure is when you try to do another concentric rep and you fail momentarily. That is failure. Your mindset needs to be there. Push yourself, get yourself to that blackout moment where you give out everything that you have. You probably could still gain. Not just maintain your muscle, but still gain more. And just hit all of the muscles. If you don't have time, let's say you only have 25 minutes, that's good enough for compound work. Let's say presses, go the 6 foundational movement patterns: horizontal push, horizontal pull, vertical push, a squat pattern like goblet squat, barbell squat, and a hinge pattern like an SLDL or RDL or any other hinges that you can think of. Those are the big 6 in my opinion. Those are the ones that you will hit if you are limited on time. You can get away with once a week training, and you can get away with twice a week training. Trust me, that is more than enough. As a minimum dose response in the literature even says you only need 1 set to maintain your muscle, 100% of your muscle. So I hope that answers it. And also prioritize your sleep and recovery and just lock in the next week. There's no reason to feel pressure. Lifting is a long game. Lifting is a delayed gratification, meaning you don't get the results that you want tomorrow. The journey is where the fun is. Okay? I'll close that out with a saying that if you give a fish to a man, he will be happy. But if you teach a man how to fish, he will be happy forever. Okay? Enjoy the journey, guys. Hope that answers it. Alright, so let's close out. Supinate says, my experience with home gym is you take more time between exercises for setup but save time on transportation. That could be true, especially if you have to clean up every single piece like I do. But dude, I'm telling you, I could make this work for 45 minutes to 60 minutes. I've done so many of my workouts before with 45 minutes. And if I account the commute to the gym and the way I change clothes, because in Japan gyms, you can't just go there. You have to change your shoes. You have an indoor shoes, you have an outside shoes. The time it takes for me to warm up also. In here, I'm just warming up while my kids are asking me something. They're eating breakfast. I'm watching the shows that I want. I'm watching the YouTubers that I'm supporting while getting that warm up. I just did that right now by answering the questions on the beginning part of the stream, right? So for me, home gym is still at the top there when it comes to time saving, the aspect of time saving. DB Medit SS says, I do 12 sets of 80 usually. Is that good? 12 sets? I don't know what that means. 12 sets in what exercise? Chest? 80? What do you mean 80? 80 is the weight, 80 is the reps. You gotta be more specific, man. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning into this live stream. If you have any questions down below in the comments, if you're watching this on replay, let me know in the comments and I'll answer them for you on the next week's live stream. It's gonna be once a week, twice a week, it's okay. I do have announcements before I start the Gains and Talk live stream, usually the night before, and I give a breakdown of the questions that I'll be answering. Apologies if I don't get to answer a lot of questions today. I do, because I want to work out. Today I'm quite busy. I have to take the kids to school in a very early schedule because they have a pool session in their school. Okay? Yeah, so that is it. Remember to like the stream, like the videos, watch the content that I'll be posting soon. I have a video called 20 things I wish I learned before starting a home gym. That'll be posted soon in the channel, so hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. Subscribe to the channel, please. Help me get to 2,000 subscribers. It's been fun, guys. Sorry if you just tuned in now. We're already finishing the stream. It's Kevin from Home Gym Gains, and I'll see you